Alright, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Havoc Spartan, and today we are going to talk about Call of Duty 2018. I know what some of you guys are thinking. Spartan, 2018, who cares? We haven't even got Call of Duty World War II out yet. But there's been some information leaked that Treyarch's next Call of Duty is going to be in the Modern Warfare era. They are looking for people that are experts in modern weaponry, which means that we are very well going back to the modern era for 2018. Now, of course, I cannot 100% confirm this, but I could see it happening. That's something that Treyarch's never done before. They've never brought us a modern. They've been in the Vietnam, the Cold War, World War II, the future, but they have never done a modern warfare. Before I heard this leak, I was thinking that they would go back to Vietnam, or they would maybe go to Korea, because nobody has ever done Korea. Not Treyarch, not Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, nobody. So I had a good feeling that maybe Treyarch might try to explore that, because they do that kind of thing. They go off the edge from what everybody else is doing sometimes, even though they didn't do it their last game, because they still brought us double jumping and boosting and stuff like that. But we can all agree that it was a good game for those circumstances. I enjoyed it for it being the type of game it was, I'm not gonna lie. But still, we want boots on the ground. And Sledgehammer's giving us that this year, and I think it's going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be a great year. I think more people are going to come back to the Call of Duty community, hopefully. But, at the same time, there may be some younger kids who may have started a Call of Duty at Advanced Warfare who may want that kind of stuff back. But I don't see us going back to any double jumping. I just don't think that there's enough younger kids to make that difference. I think there's more older people, such as myself and some of y'all out there, that are playing Call of Duty and want it to go back to the way it was. And Sledgehammer's seems like they're doing a pretty good job of what they have with the beta. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to feel great when the full game's out. I think we're going to like it. That's going to be a good year for Call of Duty. Good year. Now, back to the leak about Treyarch making a Modern Warfare game. Now, this is going to be interesting. Of course, like I said before, they've never done that before. But they've always done a good job, especially with their multiplayer. They've probably done the best for multiplayer out of anybody. Of course, Sledgehammer, this is only their second time to show us what they got. And so they may end up doing what we all love for multiplayer. But you can't always count on that happening. But for some reason, there's just something about Treyarch that they just know what they're doing. Now, with Black Ops 3, I don't like how they put so many melee weapons in, because that caused a lot of problems for people that don't do that, which is the majority of the community. But of course, there's always those people out there that want to sit in a corner with a knife or axe or a bat. It's something that they didn't do very much in the old games, because they didn't give them all those options of melee weapons to do that with. So they would get bored with what they had, but they constantly put new ones in, so people started using them, and they kept using them. That was annoying. Treyarch, if you somehow ever hear this from my video, never, ever do that again. That was one of the bad parts of your game, was all the melee weapons and all the DLC weapons. Now, the ones that brought back old guns from older games, like the MSMC and stuff like that, that's fine. But bringing in like the Banshee or all those other type of gay-ass guns that had laser beams or whatever, don't do that again. I enjoyed Black Ops 3 for those first, few months before the first DLC started dropping, and then you put in all these melee weapons, and it got kind of cancerous. And I'm sure most of us would probably agree with that, but it was a good game compared to the ones we've had, with Ghost and Advanced Warfare, and obviously Infinite Warfare, which in my opinion is the worst Call of Duty ever. But Modern Warfare Remastered would be there if it wasn't boots on the ground, because that game it's like playing hardcore, which I hate. It just promotes camping. I hated that too. So let's get into the weapons. You know, you'll have the M16, which has been one of the most decorated guns in Call of Duty history. The SCAR, all those type of weapons are going to be back if Treyarch is bringing back a Modern Warfare. Of course, obviously they'll probably have to call it something different because they don't own the title of Modern Warfare. That belongs to Infinity Ward. I guess Sledgehammer in ways since they helped on Modern Warfare 3. But, you know, I can see them calling it like maybe Call of Duty Desert Warfare, or maybe Call of Duty something like, I don't know. I don't know exactly what they would call it if they couldn't call it Modern Warfare. Maybe Special Ops, maybe Call of Duty Special Ops with the, you know, like somebody like the SEALs or Green Berets or somebody like that. That's what they could follow, something like that. Now, I would personally like to see a Korean War, but that's just me because, you know, I like the Korean War. I studied it a lot when I was in high school, and I was very interested in it, not just because it was a war, but because it was like a war that, you know, most people don't know about the Korean War. Like, they know about it, but they don't care about it. Oh, it happened in the 50s. 3 years is as long as it lasted. It didn't affect me or any of my family. Who cares? So I would just like to see them do that. Just, you know, to kind of give kids in this country a history lesson. Like, hey, this was a war. It was bad. It happened. And it could happen again if we don't, you know, pay attention to the past. Just like World War II. You know, it's just basically repeating itself. Just a few different circumstances. But, that's kind of all I wanted to cover today. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Tell me, would you want a new Modern Warfare game? I think it would be pretty cool for Treyarch to do that. Or would you rather see a Korean War or World War II? Or for some reason would you rather maybe see another future Call of Duty? God hope that you guys don't. But I don't think that's going to happen. Don't have to worry about that. But just let me know what you guys think. Leave it down in the comments. And as always, I will see you guys on another day.